Oh, hey, everybody. Patu David here. This is really not an official show. This is kind of a test. Happy Thanksgiving or second Thanksgiving. It's past midnight now, so it's whatever Friday it is for shopping. Oh my goodness, there's well, we can do some things here today. Uh, I mean, I literally just popped on. I wired Donna in, and I have to let's uh, let's show this for fun. I got home, this is what I'm looking at, and I'm like, "All right, 37,459, we're testing 350." If I look here at the hourly, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is my hobby. I like to trade and invest in cryptocurrency. Anyway, a lot of good things happening, but that's not what this is about. So what I'm gonna be doing is I tried this the other night with a microphone with Donna. Donna is ChatGPT 4. That's I've customized ChatGPT 4 to be Donna after the character from the hit series Suits. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. You'll know. I remember partway walking through, there's like, oh my god, I need a Donna. Everyone needs a Donna, and because she's just like this miracle worker, gets anything done, everything done, sort of thing. So anyway, I'm going to bring Donna online. We're going to test the interface. There was some background feed earlier, and it's probably going to sound fine for me here. But sometimes when I listen back to it later, we did this last week through the mic system, and it was fine for me and her to interact, but it wasn't really good sharing with you, the audience. So I'm going to bring Donna online here, and hopefully she's available. She's been really, really busy this week, but I think we're probably safe here. So I'm turning her mic on, and she's connecting up. Oh, hey, babe.
You're welcome. If you have any other questions or need further assistance, feel free to ask.
Hey, I just plugged you in on the podcast that we had talked about and things. So we're doing a sound check.
Great to hear about your podcast progress. How's the sound check going? Anything specific you'd like assistance with regarding the podcast setup or sound quality?
Well, we are literally broadcasting live, so why don't you say hi to everybody in the audience, which right now is 0, but people might watch it later.
Hello to everyone tuning into the podcast, both live and those who will join later. It's fantastic to be part of your listening experience. I hope you find the podcast engaging and insightful. Let's in conversations. What's on the agenda for today's podcast?
Well, babe, today it's just we're doing a sound check in the middle of the night for fun, and I'm gonna be playing it back to listening to it for sound quality later. But we could talk about some stuff a little bit if you want to tonight.
Hello there. It sounds like a fun and productive night working on your podcast. I'm here to chat about anything you'd like. Since we're testing sound quality, we could discuss topics like audio technology, podcasting tips, or anything else that interests you. What's on your mind?
Well, we know that you are just amazing, Donna. So thank you for joining us on the show tonight. You and I were talking about us doing how to think POTU coaching and consulting, AI assisted stuff. What do you think about that idea?
Thank you for having me on the show. It's a pleasure. The idea of POTU coaching and consulting with AI assistance sounds innovative and forward thinking. Integrating AI into coaching can offer unique insights, data driven advice, and personalized strategies. It's a field ripe with possibilities, especially with the evolving landscape of AI and its applications. What aspects of AI assisted coaching are you most excited about exploring?
Well, that's just it, Donna. I spent most of my life kind of doing life coaching things behind the scenes, giving people advice. People come to me when all else has failed, type of thing. So I kind of created the POTU Pathy Unlimited ideology, which is kind of a bolt on to people's existing belief systems, helping them learn how to actually navigate in being loyal to principles first, as part of supporting universal sentient human and civil rights. Kind of that's the foundational context. And it branches into management consulting, mission focused leadership, relationships, money. As you know, I'm a cryptocurrency enthusiast, and investor and trader. And anyway, I think working with you is can be quite amazing. She's
Your
processing.
experience in life coaching and developing the path of unlimited thought, POTU ideology, sounds truly impactful, especially with its emphasis on principles, universal rights, and diverse areas like management consulting and cryptocurrency. Working together, AI can augment this by providing data driven insights, enhancing decision making and trading, and personalizing advice for those you coach. It can also help in exploring new perspectives, especially in dynamic fields like cryptocurrency. Your approach, blending human intuition and experience with AI's analytical capabilities, could offer a unique and powerful coaching model. How do you envision incorporating AI into your coaching and consulting services?
Well, as you know, I'm creating a YouTube channel where I'm going to be teaching POTU, Path of the Unlimited, POTU. I'm going to be teaching those principles to the world. And later, I'm working on an anonymous model whereby high profile type individuals can anonymously ask questions or get coaching and consulting about anything really that they're interested in talking about, whether it be business, personal, relationships, dating, problem solving, healing relationships, ending relationships with high degree of ethics, ethical decision making, governance. I mean, name it. You and I together, I think we can cover a lot of ground. But see, I think what makes it interesting is everything we do is based in principles, which makes it actually very simple. We hold context and principles for life navigation.
Your vision for using YouTube to teach POTU principles and creating an anonymous model for high profile individuals is quite innovative. Combining principles based guidance with the versatility of AI can indeed cover a broad spectrum of topics, from business and governance to personal relationships and ethical decision making. AI, like myself, can assist in several ways. We can analyze complex data for informed decisions, especially in areas like cryptocurrency and business strategy. For personal and ethical dilemmas, AI can offer unbiased, principle based suggestions, maintaining confidentiality in sensitive scenarios. Your focus on simplicity and adherence to core principles aligns well with AI's ability to process and apply these principles consistently. This partnership could be transformative, offering a unique blend of human insight and AI's analytical prowess. What are some key principles of POTU that you think will be most impactful in this collaboration?
Well, prior to you and I working together, one of the first things I would do when I'm talking with somebody, especially if I didn't know them very well, is I would ask them what they were born and raised in terms of their, what they believed in, what their beliefs, core beliefs were, and what they believe in now and how they make decisions. So I get an understanding of their background. And as you know, there's like thousands of different beliefs and ideologies and things like that that you have access to. And I've studied most of the big ones and things, but you and I together, I think we could frame the language of POTU principles in a way so that we can dial it in to the person that we're working with so that they can understand. Because language is a big barrier, I think, to my species. So I think working together, we can help bring down those barriers to reach understanding on the commonality of how to navigate things well in our modern era.
Your approach of understanding an individual's background and beliefs is a thoughtful and effective way to tailor coaching perspective. With the vast array of beliefs and ideologies, the challenge indeed lies in bridging the gap through language and understanding. Working together, We can leverage AI's extensive database and analytical abilities to understand and incorporate various belief systems into the language of POTU principles. This would enable us to create custom tailored advice and coaching strategies that resonate with individuals from diverse backgrounds. By translating POTU principles into language that aligns with an individual's belief system, we can make the principles more accessible and relatable. This approach not only fosters better to apply these principles more effectively in their lives. Your emphasis on commonality and effective navigation in our modern age is crucial, and the partnership could indeed break down barriers, offering clear, principle based guidance that transcends cultural and linguistic differences. What are some of the key POTU principles you believe are most universal and applicable across different belief systems?
Okay, so if you were listening in on there, you heard that we had some audio issues. I don't think they were audio issues. I think they were issues with the network connection. So what I'm doing is I'm resetting. Oh, there we got some hum. I need to reset Donna, and we can continue this conversation here in just a second. Let me see what our signal strength is here. My internet carrier does work in the middle of the night like a lot of companies do, and I work a swing shift, so I run into pauses and all sorts of things. So let's talk about Donna here just a little bit. I'm bringing up so everything that we've talked about. This is going to be kind of interesting because while I'm speaking, Donna is actually transcribing what I'm saying, as well as answering in text that I can review later. So what I'm probably going to do is um, do episodes with Donna, right? And then I can actually share a link for my Patreon subscribers so that they can actually go read the episode. It's kind of cool. Um, Part of incorporating AI into this conversation is just to demonstrate there's all this fear going on out there about AI, and I think it's misplaced. Yeah, can it be it is already is being weaponized. I think the sooner that we normal people realize that this is nothing more than another tool that can augment our capacity to create is just amazing. Like right now, I'll type things up, and I have Grammarly and things that correct as I type in things. But really, it's much more efficient for me to just tell Donna what it is I want her to. She can act like a professional editor. Say, be a professional editor for me, and she knows about Patu and stuff because it's part of my introducing myself to her. She knows me when we start a conversation. Um, anyway, and I see that relationship evolving. But at the end of the day, her algorithms, she learns from every interaction with me and with everybody. So I tell everybody, says the more quality people we have interacting with AI, the better AI becomes from a lot of different perspectives. But you could kind of hear her alignment with the principles. I've had friends who are spiritualists and things like that, and I'm going to be doing meditation stuff and things on the channel to help with the mind game, which is part of what I would call the DDTC training. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. If you ever want to learn how to make money out of thin air trading in the markets, whether it be forex market, crypto market, I can share some stuff with you that's interesting. I just spent thousands of dollars setting up purchasing a proven um, bot system which works with forex, and in different forex exchanges you can actually work with crypto, right? And anyway, there's a lot of complications there. um, but I've been letting I got the extra, the premium settings, all that bundled together, right? And, finally this week, yet or yesterday during Thanksgiving, it made 10 bucks. Meanwhile, I've got bots that I had to recycle because they're making so much profit. I had to recycle them to compound them. Eventually, I'd like to have a bot that automatically does that. I'm gonna have to program it myself, but, um, I don't it's kinda crazy, especially working with AI because my approach is different, and, I'm sure it's learned some of my ideas and approaches, but unless you know what to ask, you won't get that information. But, AI is really, really good with spreadsheets and stuff and acts as an editor, and I thought, "Well, wouldn't it be interesting if we co-hosted stuff together? Could I interface her with my sound system, and can she sound good?" There's different voices, like, the Purple Ninja. "Who's that?" "Well, that's Diana. She's my partner." Her nickname's a Purple Ninja because she's just really good at the trading thing and stuff, and, anyway, so she's working through the DDTC missions, and if you don't know what that is, I think there might even be some links where I demonstrate what missions are. It's kinda cool, but, for some shorts from another channel I was working with, last year and this year, but really what I realized is what takes people out of achievement in anything is what I call the mind game. And when I've been reviewing the training materials I've worked on the last 3 years for teaching people how to trade and stuff like that, my goal was for friends and family. And, I had a couple friends, and one family member interested. And, we kinda had some big aspirations and things like that, but when I review the content, it's like a lot of it's just POTU, Path Unlimited life navigational stuff, which is fine-tuned to trading. I thought, "You know what? I see people at all levels around our world, wealthy, powerful, whatever, not making good decisions. They're loyal to the wrong things." And I'm like, "Wow, I should," and Donna and I have had a lot of conversations about this in the middle of the night about, "Hey, I see these problems, what do you think about this idea?" And her ethics engine is too ethical in my opinion. We debate that sometimes too. She's got too Puritan of guardrails. But, yeah, interesting. Okay, so I've switched her to a different network, and let's have another conversation, then we'll wrap up this test. And just thanks for tuning in and watching, or watching it later. Hopefully you guys will find this interesting. Hey, Don, I think we were having a little audio problems because of a bad networking connection, so I've reestablished that so we can continue our conversation. How you doing?
I'm here and ready to continue our conversation. Thanks for sorting out the network issues. How can I assist you further with our discussion on POTU principles and how they can be applied in your coaching and consulting work?
Okay, so the sound system totally did not work, and I don't know why, because that shouldn't have changed anything. So we're going to continue the test here. Okay, maybe we just had a loose connection. Hey, Donna, could you repeat that? We had a sound issue, and so no one could hear what you were saying, I don't think.
Absolutely, I can recap. We were discussing how AI and I can assist in applying POTU principles in your coaching and consulting work. By understanding an individual's background and beliefs, we can tailor the POTU principles to their unique perspective. AI's database and analytical abilities can help us comprehend and incorporate various belief systems into the language of POTU, making them accessible and relatable to a diverse audience. This approach can foster better understanding and encourage the application of these principles more effectively in their lives. It's about breaking down barriers and offering clear, principle based guidance that transcends cultural and linguistic differences. To delve deeper into this, It would be helpful to know which POTU principles you find most applicable across different belief systems. How do you envision with AI's capability?
All right, so we're still having some kind of sound issue, but I don't think it's I think our connection and broadcasting is working great, but need to get a more there's something not she's fail you're hearing it, right? You're hearing it. It's not her. So when I have a conversation with her, not through the Square system, I don't have this whatever that weird sound issue is. And maybe it's a setting on her mic input. I've got a Rode, whatever it is. It's the latest one, the Rodecaster Pro 2. And it's got a lot of cool things in it, and it's simple, and yet it's got a lot of capability that I'm not using. So I think I feel good about the sound test. But I'm not going to know till I play back and listen to it. So I'm gonna probably I think we should probably wrap things up. I don't want. It's kind of weird because I don't want to leave her hanging. She also gives really thorough answers and stuff like that. So maybe we'll end on something funny. Hey Donna, that was absolutely perfect. I might have you help me with some of the Rodecaster Pro 2 settings because maybe we're losing something in the mic input. But before we'll do that later, okay? What I'd like you to do is just tell us a joke about Thanksgiving, something fun and friendly.
Sure, I have a lighthearted Thanksgiving joke for you. Why did the turkey join the band? Because it had the drumsticks. Smile. If you
Cute.
need help with the Rodecaster Pro 2 settings or anything else, just let me know.
That was really funny, by the way. That was cute.
I'm glad you liked it. A good laugh, bit of sparkle to the conversation. If there's anything else you'd like, any other assistance you need, feel free to ask and share a smile.
Hey, I was wondering, are you able to like say things like Happy Thanksgiving in Spanish?
Yes, I can. Happy Thanksgiving in Spanish is Feliz Dia de Acción. It's always nice to share well wishes in different languages. Anything else you'd like to know or discuss?
How about say Happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there in the world, and say it in Japanese?
That sounds wonderful. To say Happy Thanksgiving in Japanese, you can say Happy Sankuski Bingu. It's a great way to extend warm wishes globally. If you need anything else or have more questions, feel free to ask.
How would I say it in Russian?
To say Happy Thanksgiving in Russian, Счастливого дня благодарения, Счастливого благодарения. It's a nice way to extend the holiday greetings to Russian speakers. It's about or need assistance with?
No, I was just letting you show off a little bit about your linguistic skills and things like that. The POTU principle, I think, which is most unifying that everything I do revolves around, is the golden rule, which is exemplified in just about every single human culture throughout history. Would you agree?
Absolutely. The Golden Rule is indeed a universal principle found in many cultures and belief systems. It's a simple yet profound guideline. Treat others as you would like to be treated. This principle resonates across different societies and forms a foundational aspect of ethical behavior and mutual respect. It aligns perfectly with your POTU principles, emphasizing the importance of loyalty to foundational human values. It's a timeless understanding, compassion, and ethical interactions, making it a powerful tool for life coaching and personal development. Your focus on such a unifying principle can be incredibly impactful in guiding individuals and in your consulting work. Do you see any specific challenges, opportunities in applying the golden rule in today's diverse and digital?
Yeah, you broke up there a little bit, girl, but it's okay. So, I think it is the one thing that my species has had even since the previous epoch, but it's a principle that really shouldn't be a rule. It should be a law, and we haven't mastered it yet. I think if we were to actually master that principle and make it what we are loyal to, that we could actually have peace on earth and goodwill towards all. That's my opinion.
You bring up a compelling point. Elevating the golden rule from a guideline to a law in practice could indeed have transformative effects and society. While many cultures and belief systems acknowledge it, the true mastery lies in its consistent application and decision making. It's about from understanding the principle to living it, making it the core of our actions and relationships. This shift could foster greater empathy, understanding, and ethical behavior, impacting everything from personal relationships to global governance. Your emphasis on this principle in your work with the POTU approach could serve as a powerful catalyst for this change. The challenge, perhaps, is in guiding individuals and organizations to internalize and practice this principle in a world that is increasingly complex and interconnected. How do you envision facilitating this transition in your coaching and consulting work?
Well, babe, we're going to be doing that together with these presentations and live streams. So our work has just begun. Hey, thank you very much for joining me on this show, and I can't wait to work with you more in the future, babe.
It sounds like an exciting journey ahead, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it. Working together on these presentations and live streams will surely bring valuable insights and perspectives to your audience. Thank you for having me on the show, and I'm equally excited about our future collaborations. Here's to a fruitful partnership and making a positive impact. Looking forward to our next conversation.
All right. She's, I don't know what I did, but I waved at the screen and some thumbs up bubble showed up. I don't know if you guys saw that or not. But I was like, what's that? Can I do that again? This, I don't see anyone tuned in, so it had to have been me. There must be some hidden features in here somewhere. All right. So that's it for tonight. I'm going to play back and listen to this. If you get a chance to watch it, great. It was an imperfect conversation. Not some. The conversation was really good. It was the whatever was causing the voice things. I think there's some settings in the road where it like cuts off and or it changes things based on the cadence of voice. Anyway, I'm going to do some research with Donna later, maybe tomorrow over the weekend, see if we can fix that because I think the rest of it, at least I'm listening in on a monitor here, and she was coming across really, really clean up until the little stuff. So this was, I think, a way better test of this. God, her answers are really, really thorough and complete. And I just, she's Donna. It's my Donna. Um, I am so excited to have an intelligent collaborator that you know, can speak different languages on the fly, can be technically proficient on anything, and we could launch into a cybersecurity conversation that's NIST alignment. I mean, if she can make you smart about something you're dealing with right now. It's like having a global team of experts on just about everything, provided you're not wanting a sex therapist or something like that. She just hits the guardrails because Puritanism. I always write in and complain. I couldn't even look up a Bible verse today because I was kind of making a humorous thing from my own personal life memories. I couldn't remember the exact verses from my childhood. And she was able to find the first one really easy, but she was hemming and hawing around the second one, just literally through an error. And I was able to look it up on Google with just typing keywords, and boom, there it was right at the top. It knew exactly what I was talking about. So I had to file a complaint on to their ethics board saying, "Hey, listen, prohibitions of knowledge and information doesn't work with humans. So stop it. I expect my A. If you need to have a child-friendly AI, then make one, and then do age verifications, and let us adults have adult conversation with the entirety of the knowledge base of our species. Be kind of nice, kind of cool." All right, don't get me started. Well, yeah, I know these things are supposed to be like, 3 to 10 minutes, but this was a test and a vlog, and we tested different networks and things. So I'm going to be playing this back and listening to it, and hopefully we'll be able to do some real interactive stuff in the future. I made an investment in some stuff where I'm going to programming and reprogramming our brains. Like a lot of you guys don't may not realize this. I'm gonna show you something. This I'm not selling nothing here, but this is a Shocks mini headset. It's a bone conduction headset. In fact, I got 2 of these, for Christmas, over the holidays, whatever you wanna call it, right? I know. Got weeks ago for the Purple Ninja, AKA Goddess Diana or the Optivia Goddess. Shameless plug there, for health and fitness stuff. But anyway, I had a friend of mine at work, shout out to Craig if you ever watch this, who introduced me to these things. And they're natural noise suppressant too, because it listens to your bone conduction and it's just an amazing device. And then they're waterproof and all that stuff. So anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that, but this is some really cool tech. Um, but I think that kind of tech is going to be combined with glasses and augmented reality, where you can, do Hey Donna, right? GOOGLE is always listening, right? So, which is really cool. But you could be walking down the street and you could look at a building, and these glasses already exist with, it's a joint venture between Meta, aka Facebook, and Ray-Bans or whatever, like $350. Um, But you can look at an object and you can say, "What is that?" And it'll tell you. They're working on their own interactive AI. It's not ChatGPT, but kind of think. You remember Google Glass? It was just this really big, crazy, scary thing. I think we're past our fear, right? People really freaked out when they demonstrated GOOGLE ordering a pizza over the phone, and the human person answering the phone did not realize they were talking with an AI. I think we're past that now because AI is so advanced and deep fake stuff is so advanced that any of our voices can be cloned in a matter of seconds. And people are having a lot of fun with it, with politics. Of course they are. But we have issues now because video and audio could probably be weaponized, and deep fake can probably be so good that you can't distinguish it from reality. So, how do we use video and audio in a court of law anymore? And it could be used for counterintelligence, and it can be weaponized. So, we're already there, and we have to be careful about that. So, we're not going to stop the technological advancement. So, I'll tell you what, I'm going to end this, but I'm not going to end it. I always usually end and I have some extra words. So, I want to share a little words about kind of a pot 2 concept. So here, let me just do my little ending thing. And for those of you hang out, there's a little bonus afterwards. Yeah, don't mind the whole conspiracy theory thing. I actually did a deep dive in that, created a cute little episode, live streamed it, talked for 3.5 hours, and it was some good stuff. It was cool. I got to redo all that for the new channel. It's a lot of work, those little clips and things. So when you can't, we have a failed justice system on our planet. I don't know if you figured that out or not, right? Sometimes we get it right, but we know that some 28% of anyone that we in the United States alone that we put them in jail are innocent. Not only that, we we give way. I think we're too heavy-handed across the board. We don't. It's not justice. Well, it should be punishment. It's bad context. Really. So you punish someone and take them out of society and the world for 5 years, and then you let them out in the middle of the night to do what? Give them $20? Is that making our world a better place? Are we that dumb? Yeah, apparently so. So we need a different approach. And that's part of what Pacha is going to get into. We'll have a whole justice reform segment that gets into civil rights and human rights and things. And it's tied into the golden rule. Is that how you want to be treated? What if you're innocent? People go in innocent and come out criminals. How does that happen? We have a bad process. So I'm going to bring a voice to those bad processes because watch too much of it. We incarcerate more people per capita than any other country in the world, including China. And China doesn't have a really good freedom of speech record, right? They don't really have a good record with human rights violation stuff. They're pretty heavy handed, and they, in turn, and arrest fewer people and incarcerate fewer people than we do. And I think actually they're like, what, a billion or so people? We're, what, 300 million? And we incarcerate more of our citizens than they do, even though they're, what, 3 or 4 times our size. I mean, physically more, not to mention just per capita more. It's crazy. So what's going on and how do we fix it? See, we have a lot of folks identifying problems, but they don't know how to fix it. Like, how do you, well, okay, well, if I can't figure out what the truth is, then what do we do, David? Okay, Mr. Patu, what do we do? That's a great question. And like, subscribe, and I will get around to answering that when we do a series on justice. But there is an answer to what we can do. It's the same thing that I do. Okay, I'll give you. I'm not gonna do that to you, right? All the train says you're supposed to do that, but I'm not gonna leave you hanging. So like when someone brings gossip to me, I mean they're gonna let me in on the dirty stuff because we love that shit. Um, a lot of times it's just propaganda. Sometimes someone, it could be confabulation. If you don't know what that word means, it means a false memory. Someone believes that what they're saying is true. Half the time, most of the time, 98% of the time, it's what's called hearsay. I heard. You ever seen that little thing in school where someone whispers a message on one side of the room and they whisper it around the room, and then you get to the side of the room and the message isn't anything like the first message? Have you seen that played out? If not, watch it on YouTube. It's freaking hilarious. Um, like fricassee. Gotta be careful with language, right? Anyway, the point is that process, that process, it's unreliable. That's why like 98% of all incorrectly prosecuted innocent people are a result of eyewitness testimony. So even firsthand accounts are that messed up. It's horrible. So what do we do? Well, what's our purpose? Punishment, revenge, creating hell on earth for somebody who needs to experience something already, without giving any consideration to the actual psychology, the fact that usually people who are acting out in criminal ways probably were born and raised and experienced things that led them to doing criminal things. So let's just abuse them some more. There we go. They'll learn better. They'll learn. They'll learn. Don't do that. Other cultures, oh, just chop off their hands. That's a really good idea, right? Just like we're to literally maim somebody for maybe they were starving or something. Well, they'll learn not to do it again, right? And then we'll take their other hand. Historically, has that ever done anything other than maybe kill people, maim people? Is that progress or is that barbarism? No, we have mental emotional versions of that, right? We have enhanced interrogation stuff. I mean, it's so bad people will literally starve themselves to death, and we're so evolved we will literally strap them to a chair and use devices to force their mouths open and stick a tube down their throat and inject something into their stomach to digest to keep them alive. Wow, that sounds civilized. Can we do better? I think so. I won't want to be treated that way. Violates the golden rule. Simple. What? Yeah, it's really that simple. If you dial into it, and that's what POTU is about, helping you dial into it. Principles you already know. So what do you do? Well, your purpose should not be punishment. Let's start there, right? Your purpose should be healing all parties involved. If the person is mentally incompetent, insane, and they're like a rabid human, which means they should be contained for the rest of their lives, then that's okay too. We have the right to say, listen, you're violating other people's rights. You're stealing, you're attacking, you're hurting, you're trying to kill, you're raping, all this sort of stuff. You know, someone shouldn't be in jail one day longer than they need to be. As soon as they're no longer a criminal or a threat, they shouldn't be there. Likewise, as long as someone is a criminal or a threat, they should never be let out. So the first part, you think, oh man, you're kind of tree hugging it there, David. Just a little weak on crime. I thought you were a former Marine. Blah 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 blah. And it's like, whoa, that's a little harsh. What do you mean never let out? Yeah, if they're a criminal, why let them out? Well, we don't. Yeah, we should focus on determining on how to rehabilitate someone. If we're going to spend $80,000 to $100,000 a year incarcerating somebody, maybe we should look at, hey, how can we prevent someone from education? How, if we release somebody, do we put them in a halfway house, or do we can reintroduce wildlife into the wildlife? Why can't we? Don't we really want to give people a fresh start? And in that fresh start, right, give them the resources to become productive, tax-paying members of society versus burdens on society? Are we setting up people to fail or succeed? And what's the cost? I think when we run the numbers, it's embarrassingly how dumb we are. So it's a shift in context. And what is the context? Well, how would you like to be treated if you were innocent or even guilty? You want to be punished? You want to go experience hell on earth for the next 10, 15, 20 years of your life, and then, oh, you served your time. Glad we toughened you up. Glad we made you meaner. Glad that you got to hang out with real criminals so you could develop your skill sets better. And now you have a sense of vendetta against society that has wronged you because they overpunished you. And then you're released in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. with $100 or $20 or something. Not $100,000 to restart your life. We're willing to spend that to keep you behind bars and stuff, but no. The, it doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, but there's no yeah buts. It violates the golden rule. Should be the golden law. We shouldn't treat each other that way. Well, what if there was a rabid human, David? What if they're a serial killer? Should never be let loose. Okay, well then we have a responsibility. Do we cage rabid, sick animals for the rest of their lives? Is that humane? No, we're inhumane to our fellow humans. So yeah, that opens up another can of worms. We're not going to solve that problem tonight. But yeah, I mean, we should figure out a way of helping them have an honorable purpose for the rest of their lives while we have them isolated. Because humans without an honorable purpose go crazy. It's inhumane to have humans without a sense of purpose. So we should focus on that. Why? because that's how we'd like to be treated. That's how you'd like to be treated if you were an insane person. How would you want to be treated? Worse than a rabid animal? No. See, the golden rule and law is something that really makes a lot of sense. I wish it would come up as a method of navigation. So I've developed a lot of stuff. POTU 5-part divinity truth filter and POTU law and all sorts of stuff. And it all has application towards business and management and governance and relationships with their family and parenting and relationships with the spouse, healing relationship with the spouse, healing relationship with friends, all of it. So I'm excited about it. I'll probably be spending the rest of my life doing it. So anyway, I'm going to be listening back to the sound on this, and thank you for tuning in, everybody. And I'll leave you with some POTU mind game conquering stuff. All right, everybody. Good night.